in there, buddy!
This dog also refused to give in to its dire circumstances. It cried for help for many hours before it was heard. But after being in cold water for so long, the dog couldn't move its legs and struggled to breathe due to hypothermia. Thankfully, this story has a happy ending. After recovering, the dog was given a new name, new home, and new friends. Although one thing remained the same, Charlie's kind heart and aptitude for empathy. Every time he sees his saviors, he cannot hold back his joy. How touching is that? And we are sure the helpful humans are just as happy to see Charlie.
I have given up meat, and I also don't eat cake, since it contains eggs. Eating meat and eating eggs is the same. An egg will hatch into a chicken. A chicken is a sentient being. This is the reason why I don't eat eggs. His Holiness, Khyabje Chadro Rinpoche, vegetarian.
With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace. Etc.
Vegan, true believer of religion.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message entitled, All Universes Approved and God-Granted Power to a Buddha for Saving Countless Souls. Buddha, Great Master, is not just the mere title. Part 2 of 10, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on August 6, 2024.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. She has been invited to lecture on the Kuan Yin method of meditation throughout the world. We now invite you to view Walk the Way of Love, an introduction to Supreme Master Ching Hai.
We'll search high and low for a little love to bestow on all beings in all corners of existence. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, as she has affectionately become known, lives a message that walks the way of love. A renowned humanitarian, artist, and spiritual visionary, her love and assistance has extended beyond all cultural and racial boundaries to people around the world. The needy and homeless, institutions of medical research, war veterans, the disadvantaged, the physically and mentally handicapped, refugees, and victims of natural disasters, etc. We witness countless reminders of the compassion, the trademark of this caring lady, and the international foundation that has grown out of her loving example.
Whatever we can share, begin with share. And then we will feel a subtle change in ourselves. More love will be pouring into our consciousness, and we will be aware of something. And that is the beginning. We are here to learn to grow, as well as to learn to use our power, our limitless power of love and creativity, in order to make a better world wherever we happen to be incarnated. Don't worry. Come on, I pray for you, okay, honey?
Not only are human beings the blessed beneficiaries of her kindness, animal people from different species are also the recipients of her boundless benevolence.
You okay, boy? You okay? Yeah, come on, baby. Hey, look at you. Oh, quack. You happy? Quack. Hello, you grow so big now, you. Bon appetito. I love you. Good appetite. This is one of the reasons why we should be vegan. Love for all beings, extending love.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was born in Central Olac, or Vietnam. During her early years, she was often found helping hospital patients, the needy, as well as injured animal people in whichever way she could. As a young adult, she moved to Europe to study and continued there as a translator for the Red Cross. She soon discovered that pain and suffering exist in all corners of the globe, and her search for the remedy to this became the foremost goal in her life. She was happily married at the time to a German doctor, and although it was an extremely difficult decision for both of them, her husband agreed to a separation. She then embarked on what became a 2-year-plus journey in search for spiritual understanding. Finally, in the deepest reaches of the Himalayas in India, she found an enlightened master who imparted to her the Kuan Yin method, a meditation method on the inner heavenly light and sound. After a period of practice, she became fully enlightened. Soon after her return from the Himalayas, at the earnest request of those around her, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the Kuan Yin method with others, encouraging them to look within to find their own greatness. Through the Kuan Yin method of meditation, they also attained greater fulfillment, happiness, and peace. Before long, invitations arrived from the United States, etc.,
I saw that I was everywhere and in every creature.
Europe,
To see God is very, very simple.
Asia,
All religions tell you be a good person here and find heaven while you can.
Australia,
We are the sons and daughters of God. We are ourselves, the Supreme Master.
Africa,
I will show you how to get direct teaching
and South America,
and keep the commandments and try to lead a more vegan life.
as well as from important organizations for Supreme Master Ching Hai to give lectures.
The peace and love that we most often talk about and seek, we have within ourselves. You must look inside and find your own treasure and find the real, lasting happiness. The future is in our hands. So you make it beautiful or you make it worse, it's up to you.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has realized many spontaneous talents that she expresses through artistic paintings and creations, music and poetry, and aesthetic jewelry and clothing designs, expressing the inner and outer beauty. The income generated from her artistic creations has enabled Supreme Master Ching Hai to create an independent source of funding for humanitarian activities in support of her noble mission of assisting God's children in their times of need. Although she does not seek acknowledgement of any kind, Supreme Master Ching Hai has been given awards worldwide by government officials and private organizations on numerous occasions. They include the World Peace Award, the World Spiritual Leadership Award, the Award for Promotion of Human Rights, the World Citizen Humanitarian Award, the Award for Outstanding Public Service to Mankind, the 2006 Goosey Peace Prize, the Los Angeles Music Week Certificate of Commendation, and first place silver for the 27th Annual Telly Awards 2006. In addition, October 25th and February 22nd have been proclaimed as the Supreme Master Ching Hai Day in the United States.
She also brings love around the world where there is hate. She brings hope where there is despair. And she brings understanding where there is misunderstanding. She is the light of a great person, an angel of mercy for all of us.
Agradecer a la Suprema Maestra su liderazgo, agradecerle su optimismo, agradecerle ese don de gente que tiene que la hace tan única y tan especial.
Una impresión muy grata de ver un corazón tan noble, tan dispuesto a servir. Ella está sirviendo a todos los seres humanos, está sirviendo al planeta para salvarlo, para rescatarlo. Tiene un corazón noble, pero también un gran liderazgo. Sé que van a suceder las cosas que tienen que suceder.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is one of the truly dedicated people of this era, helping others find and create a beautiful vision of our future. Many great people in history have had a dream, and in her own words, so does Supreme Master Ching Hai.
I dream that all the world will become peaceful. I dream that everyone becomes the Buddha. I dream that all the killing will stop. I dream that all the children will walk in peace and harmony. I dream that all the nations shake hands with each other, protect each other, and help each other. I dream that our beautiful planet will not be destroyed. It takes billions, trillions of years to produce this planet, and it's so beautiful, so wonderful. I dream that it will continue, but in peace, beauty, and love.
Buddha is not a title. It is a word of immense merit, sacrifice, love, mercy, compassion, combined, and more. Wisdom as well. It's not a title. So even if Devadatta self-proclaimed the title Buddha, or any of the stupid disciples followed him and agreed to that, he had nothing. He had not the power of the Buddha. The Buddha blessed people. They became liberated. Devadatta lured people in. They all went to hell with him. All followers should remember this. All disciples, you should know your levels and do not act harmfully to others by boasting about your attainment when you have not reached that yet. He couldn't do anything to help anybody. He could not even lift one body's hair up from afar in the same district, not to talk about in different countries, far away. But that is the Buddha. The Buddha could do all that. Even some bodhisattvas can already. We have all kinds of stories in Buddhist legends, and I have read many to you already. It's the same with many other worthy religions, folklore. We had many as well. I have read them to you, yes. So it's not the Buddha alone, you know. Many saints and sages sacrificed for love, for feeling pity for beings, and also because God has ordained them to come down to the difficult and suffering world to help other brothers and sisters in the system of godly hierarchy. It's not the title, my God. Even if you think you're Buddha, you are nothing. How can you be Buddha when you know nothing? And sometimes you may rely on some system to have message from the Buddha, for example. But if you're too low, you can't even hear well. Or your low level will attract only demons who are so happy to feed your ambitious ego with garbage, then laugh at you. You make all the mistakes. You hear it all wrong, and you copy it down all wrong, and then you might spread it out all wrong to all the faithful, and all wrong together. This is the problem, because if we are not highly developed enough spiritually, then we do many wrong things.
Sinh ra ở đất nước Nepal xinh đẹp huyền bí, nơi cũng là quê hương của Đức Phật, cậu bé Ram Badu Bomjon từng được cả thế giới biết đến khi rời nhà đi tu năm cậu mới 16 tuổi, với khả năng ngồi thiền bất động, không ăn không uống trong 6 tháng liền. Bomjon được coi là nhà lãnh đạo tinh thần của Nepal, thậm chí hàng ngàn người dân khắp nơi đã tìm đến cậu để diện kiến và đảnh lễ cậu. Họ coi cậu như Đức Phật tái sinh và gọi cậu là cậu bé Phật. Thế nhưng, không ngờ 20 năm sau, nhiều người đã phải ngỡ ngàng khi nghe tin cậu bé Phật bị cảnh sát bắt giữ và kết án 10 năm tù vì tội xâm hại tình dục cùng nhiều cáo buộc ít ai ngờ. Bomjon, người thường được tôn thờ như Phật sống, đã bị bắt giữ khi đang trên đường bỏ trốn. Và người đàn ông 34 tuổi này đã bị buộc tội lạm dụng tình dục với một bé gái vị thành niên. Bé gái này là người từng sống như một nữ tu tại đạo tràng của Bomjon. Cảnh sát cho biết họ đã theo dõi Bomjon và tiến hành bắt giữ anh ta khi đang cố gắng chạy trốn. Thông tin từ phía cảnh sát cho biết họ tịch thu hơn 10 điện thoại di động, 5 máy tính xách tay và máy tính bảng, cùng 30 triệu ruby Nepal, khoảng 225.000 đô và nhiều ngoại tệ khác trị giá 22.000 đô.
Hôm 19 tháng 6, Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam đã công bố quyết định kỷ luật sư Thích Chân Quang. Theo đó, ông không được thuyết giảng dưới mọi hình thức, không chủ trì tổ chức các sự kiện tập trung đông người tại Thiền Tôn Phật Quang và các địa điểm khác trong thời gian 2 năm. Nội dung quyết định nói trên là từ thông báo của Ban Thường trực Hội đồng Trị sự Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam. Theo thông báo, Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam đã nhận được nhiều phản ánh từ Phật tử, nhân dân, báo chí về việc những bài giảng của Thượng tọa Thích Chân Quang gây hoang mang trong xã hội, gây phản ứng từ cộng đồng, làm suy giảm niềm tin vào Phật Pháp và ảnh hưởng đến uy tín của giáo hội này. Nhà sư Thích Chân Quang nổi tiếng trên mạng xã hội với những phát ngôn gây sóng gió về nhân quả, các lời kêu gọi cúng dường, cũng như các phát ngôn chỉ trích những nhà sư khác. Trên các nền tảng như YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, không khó để tìm được các phát ngôn gây tranh cãi của ông. Một số câu nói gây nhiều tranh cãi của nhà sư Thích Chân Quang bao gồm: phải tìm tiền mệnh giá cao và đưa cho thầy trụ trì, ông thầy trụ trì mới làm được việc đạo nha. Tại sao lại có gương mặt đẹp như vậy? Bởi vì kiếp nào đó ta cũng tham dự lễ đúc tượng và ta cũng đã cúng dường. Người mà có tâm đạo cúng luôn cả cái nhà mình cho chùa luôn, dọn đi chỗ khác ở. Ai hát karaoke nhiều, người đó có nguy cơ chết làm ma câm. Nếu ông Thích Chân Quang có vi phạm thì sẽ xử lý nghiêm minh. Cũng theo tờ báo này, những phát ngôn của nhà sư Thích Chân Quang trong các video trên mạng xã hội không đúng với giáo lý, giáo luật, truyền thống văn hóa của Phật giáo và lịch sử của dân tộc Việt Nam, sửa đổi giới cấm trong chứng điệp quy y tam bảo của Phật giáo. Ngày 6 tháng 6, Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam đã ban hành quyết định kỷ luật Đại đức Thích Nhuận Đức. Theo đó, ông này sẽ không được thuyết giảng dưới mọi hình thức trong vòng 1 năm. Theo giáo hội này, nhiều phát ngôn và thuyết giảng của sư Nhuận Đức làm suy giảm niềm tin của xã hội đối với Phật giáo và giáo hội. Một số phát ngôn gây tranh cãi của sư Nhuận Đức có thể kể tới như: có mấy bà niệm Phật mỏi chân, mấy bà mặc quần ống rộng, lúc phóng sanh thì thả chim, con chim chui vô quần bà. Mấy cô niệm Phật riết, mấy cô đẹp quá, nên mấy cô ngồi trước mặt Nhuận Đức. Tự nhiên nhìn thấy mấy cô chảy nước miếng. Khi cúng dường, không cúng thì thôi, mày đã cúng thì cúng đồ ngon, thầy chùa chẳng lẽ không biết ăn ngon? Đại đức Thích Trúc Thái Minh, trụ trì chùa Ba Vàng, là người có nhiều phát ngôn, hành động và hoạt động gây xôn xao dư luận trong nhiều năm qua. Đầu năm 2024, Đại đức Thích Trúc Thái Minh đã bị Giáo hội Phật giáo Việt Nam kỷ luật cảnh cáo khi tổ chức trưng bày xá lợi tóc Đức Phật. Chưa hết, ông còn bị Ủy ban Nhân dân thành phố Uông Bí, tỉnh Quảng Ninh phạt 7,5 triệu đồng vì vi phạm luật tín ngưỡng tôn giáo khi tổ chức sự kiện này. Sau đó, trụ trì Thích Trúc Thái Minh và chùa Ba Vàng đã được yêu cầu không tổ chức các sự kiện giao lưu quốc tế tại chùa trong một năm. Trong nhiều năm qua, chùa Ba Vàng từng có nhiều hoạt động như cầu vong, giải nghiệp, đặc biệt là những người muốn giải nghiệp phải đóng rất nhiều tiền. Các hoạt động này đã gây ra nhiều tranh cãi.
That's why we have to meditate a lot, be humble, be grateful, until truly God tells you that you are the Buddha. And even then, it's not always your job to go out and rescue other people because you don't have enough power. Maybe you can rescue one or two. It depends on how much merit, how much power you have in your bank account. And that bank account has been accumulating there for I don't know how many years. So all the masters had to practice over and over again for many years of lifetimes if they started from the beginning. It's not like, okay, you reach the 5th level or even a little lower, then you have the merit to save the world or at least some number of people. Many people who had a near-death experience came back and they even know that that is the 4th level in the system of the 5 levels that we have that are reachable to humans. Not all the levels in heaven, higher heaven, are reachable to humans. So there is a 5th level established there for the masters. Many masters have to rest there and prepare themselves. If they are destined to be a master, then God will give them much power so that when they come down, they won't be killed or harmed immediately, and that they can have enough capital to rescue other beings according to God's order and also according to their karma. If you walk one step, the master will walk 99 steps with you, toward you, and help you to walk further. So even if we meditate only like 1/10 of the day, 2.5 hours during 24 hours, yeah, that's 1/10. So that is a true tithing. It's not the money that you have to give to the church, the temple, or the ashram in order to do your tithing correctly. No, it's not like that. I never heard Lao Tzu mention that you have to give tithing, 1/10 of your income or 1/10 of your property or anything like that. No. Maybe in some country later when they were in desperate need, in war, in famine or something, then maybe some master would have told the disciples to do that, but not for him to eat or to spend or to live in luxury. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the hadith I read that maybe he told the followers that they can give, and they call it sacred, just a tithing, just like giving some portion of your property, of your money, your wealth to charity, to help others who are less fortunate. When Lord Jesus was alive, he never asked for any tithing. He never asked for anything. He walked barefoot and he wore very simple clothes. And when the Buddha was alive, there was nothing asked like that. If anyone wanted to contribute to the Sangha, then they would just do it. Otherwise, the Buddha would use his magical power to know where the treasure is and to tell some of his donors to go and get it. For example, like that. But not so that the Buddha can live in luxury. No, he lives in a hut. They call it a perfume room, just like other rooms or other huts. Probably it was a little bit more isolated, not in the middle of the Sangha or the public. But it's just a room, like every other room they could have for the Sangha. Sometimes they did not have enough rooms, so the Buddha even asked, or maybe he didn't ask, but some big reverend elderly monks came to the ashram where the Buddha and the Sangha, the monks, were living, and there was not enough room. So his son, Rahula, must go to sleep in the bathroom. Well, I hope the bathroom was good at that time. Poor Rahula. The Buddha was very strict with him because the Buddha wanted him to be excellent, knowing how teenagers and children react. I feel sorry for the son of the Buddha also because he was young, and he had to eat just one meal like everyone else. I feel really sorry for Rahula. But that was the way. The Buddha was fair and just. He never treated anybody special. Even Ananda. Ananda was his best attendant, always very close to him, did all kinds of things for the Buddha, and even remembered all the stories, all the lectures of the Buddha. The Buddha did not treat him special. And Ananda also did not want to be treated special. So before the assembly voted for him to be the Buddha's personal attendant, he asked for some conditions before he accepted. Like before he accepted the position to be the attendant of the Buddha, he told the assembly that it's not allowed for him to take the leftover clothes from the Buddha or given to the Buddha and Buddha wanted to give them away. Or he cannot eat from the alms bowl of the Buddha because in the alms bowl of the Buddha there are delicacies or maybe blessed food and all those kinds of good things. So he did not want to eat from the Buddha's bowl, for example, like that. Meaning he wanted the assembly to know and to accept his condition that he didn't want to profit from the position as the Buddha's attendant, because that is very important. That's the only position. And Ananda got it because the Buddha liked him. It's not like the Buddha favored him, it's just that they had affinity with each other many, many lifetimes, yeah? If you read Buddhist stories, you will know the Buddha and Ananda were often together, life after life, doing many things together for the benefit of other beings, even though at that time the Buddha was not manifested openly as the Buddha. But the Buddha has been Buddha for a long, long, long time already. Devadatta also has been with the Buddha a long time. But he always had been there just to harm the Buddha, to obstruct the Buddha, to make trouble for the Buddha, to become Buddha. Or when the Buddha was traveling on the path toward the Buddhahood, Devadatta was always there somehow, in the shadow or somewhere nearby, to harm the Buddha. And he did many other things, like slandering him, making bad propaganda against the Buddha and good propaganda for himself, Devadatta, for example, like that. It's probably just a system in this world that for whoever becomes a master, there's always some of the Mayas, subordinates, that have been appointed near him, next to him, to obstruct him, to cause hell for his life and his spiritual attainment as well. It's very difficult to be a Buddha in this world. Not that the Buddha has not already been a Buddha, but it's just that he has to come down and make affinity with other sentient beings in order to come back as a Buddha. And then when he has enough power, he can liberate them. That's why, you see, that's why some masters go back and forth from Nirvana back to the earth, and then back to Nirvana again and suffer a lot, untold suffering, but nobody can see, not much.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, humanitarian, and artist. To learn more about her compassionate life and teachings, please visit SupremeMasterTV.com/master.
Vegan, because we want our children to learn mercy and compassion.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God, and Supreme Master Ching Hai shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
Noble viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode entitled All Universes Approved and God Granted Power to a Buddha for Saving Countless Souls. Buddha, Great Master is not just a mere title, part 2 of 10, on between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is Wisdom from an Ascended Master, selections from letters by the Ascended Master Moria, Vegetarian, part 1 of 2. On Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds, life is a feast.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit SupremeMasterTV.com/schedule and SupremeMasterTV.com/BMD.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím, navštivte SupremeMasterTV.com/schedule a SupremeMasterTV.com/BMD.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK, and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.